Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Welcome
here
back to the
we go.
Unfiltered Sports Weekly. This is the Beeb.
Yeah, Kev.
And Shane Sarah.
Okay, well, welcome back. So we have all sorts of weird things going on. One, I'm not with it, so like I'm watching TV at the same time I'm trying to podcast, which is new for me. I've never done that before. If you're on here live with us right now, you're probably like, "Oh, isn't that copyright infringement?" What do you think, Kev?
Well, yeah, it might, maybe. I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Yeah, we do have one viewer. I don't know who it
Yeah.
would be because
It's
we
probably
never
the
have a
Kev.
viewer. So,
I'm pretty sure it might be the Kev right
Oh,
now.
it could
'cause
be.
I'm
Okay.
monitoring if anybody's monitoring us.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, that's good. Good.
Yeah, what we got going on here, people, is we got game 4 of the World Series. Could be the last one. So rather than ignore St. Joe and Beebs the entire time while I'm watching it on my phone over here, I thought that we would put it up here for as long as we can. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
Might
awesome.
might want to take the over under on how long into the podcast before we get shut down. You
That's
know,
there's a lot that we can talk about while this is in the background because yeah you know what do you want to get into? There's a lot.
Well, first off, since we got it on, it's a commercial, so this is great, and this is for the audio listeners on Wednesday. I know it's probably gonna suck, but first off, I do want to give it up for ex-Brave Freddie Freeman.
Mhm.
Hands down, going to be the World Series MVP.
Yeah.
4 home runs in 4 games. Hit another one tonight in the first inning. Made it 2-0 right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of amazing what he's done. The walk-off on Friday night was, vintage Kirk Gibson. I mean, they're almost identical. If you
Yeah, they
haven't
compared it all over.
if you haven't seen that video, then you've been living under a rock or you're a girl.
It was almost
and-
exactly the same spot.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman's like the nicest guy in baseball. And for him to have a mic drop bat drop like that
Yeah.
and just kind of look at the Yankees, because mark my words, there is no finer sin, no exquisite pleasure better than the Yankees getting their fucking ass kicked.
At home.
Swept.
At home last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they just scored, so it's 2-1 now here, game 4. But so they haven't been swept yet, but it's not looking good for them.
No.
Let's hope it continues to look bad for them.
Yeah.
They got one hit, one goddamn hit.
That's all we got. You can't say that on the radio.
And now they're interviewing Aaron Boone in the middle of the World Series game 4 while they're getting swept.
Yeah, so what's Aaron Boone saying? He's like, "Oh, you little motherfucker, get the fuck out of my dugout."
Coaches
Why the
love
hell
that.
are you here?
Yeah.
So I was watching. So OU got dismantled over the weekend by Ole Miss. So granted, they had a good first half, but after that they sucked.
That's got to get old to say week after week.
Yeah, so it sucks. Trust me.
Yeah.
No, it sucks, and it's going to be that way for the rest of the season. So I'm just kind of already. But they did do something like that to Lane Kiffin. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but in the middle of one of the quarters, they're losing the game in the first half against Oklahoma, which is stupid. They should never be, but just because of how terrible our offense is. But they were interviewing him in between a timeout and them running a play. And he's like, "Well, if we'll get through this interview, I'll get out here and run a play, all right?" I'm like, just the confirmation. I know how upset I'm sure it is, how upsetting it is for those guys to be, I got to stop what I'm doing to give an interview to some ABC host who that's their only job, is to sit down here on the sideline and then distract me from the job I'm trying to do while I'm losing to a team I shouldn't be losing to. Yeah. Aaron Boone right there.
They're I know they're contractually obligated to do that, like in college football, before, half, after, I just want one time for them, like somebody that knows they're about to get fired, I mean, just one time, just find the guy that just wants to give, the honest, look, we just don't have enough good players. You know, our players fucking suck. You know, they need to go to
OU's
dental
coach right
school
now.
or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, they need to go and get their degree so they have something to fall back on because they're
Mhm.
not going to play another fucking day of football. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, just one guy. He's like, and then he goes after the administration. He's like, they don't give us any money. Our facilities suck. You know,
Just
I mean,
something. Yeah.
we're losing. Texas, we're losing to Vanderbilt. I mean, Vandy's having a good season, man.
And they just hit Judge.
No, he hit the tip of the bat, I think. So
No,
we're
it hit
gonna
his
see.
hand.
We're gonna
They just
see.
saw the slow mo. They just showed the slow mo. It hit him in the hand.
No, it's a
I
shame.
might challenge it. I might challenge at the end of the bat, but we'll see.
That's a shame.
I think the Rockies. I think the LA might challenge this. We'll see what happens, but I think we'll see. But
Hey, do you know why the Yankees wear pinstripes so they can hypnotize you from thinking that they're not gay?
wow, okay,
Wow.
So
All right.
interesting.
Yeah. That is interesting. You know what? Is that what it is?
that is what it is.
How do you know that?
You know, I'm just
That's
just
a-
saying.
That's a
Oh.
weird historical fact right there.
I get it. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well,
Kev,
then
are you going to the game this weekend?
It is. I'm going down there.
Yeah.
I'll be down there Friday, and
The-
but
Gonna hang out, but are you
world's
gonna watch the game or
largest
are you?
yeah, we
cocktail
got
party.
a cocktail party here now. Okay, we got a commenter in the comment box. Don't be bringing your Yankee bullshit in here.
Oh boy.
Oh
You
man,
know-
they're just
you
gonna
know what
double
I'm
off the
saying?
wall.
Yeah, Judge the third.
Yeah.
I will tell you this real quick. Back to the cocktail party here in a second, but the Dodgers have done a good job in shutting Aaron Judge down. Yeah, they,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they
mean,
really
just hitting him in
have.
the hands,
I mean, and I'll tell you this: Mookie's getting a workout out there in right field.
He sure is
Yeah.
right now. For
You know.
sure.
Yeah, big
but-
game this weekend.
Yeah,
Florida,
cocktail
Georgia.
party. I actually think I'm part of the minority that actually thinks that Florida has no fucking chance. And I guess because they showed up against Tennessee and they played good against Kentucky, that people think that they're gonna have a chance against a team that went into Austin and fucking worked Texas.
Nah.
I mean,
Georgia's gonna
Texas struggled
roll.
with Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Georgia's gonna roll all over.
When Vanderbilt beats Georgia, let me know.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I'm not saying I think Florida's gonna win or anything. I'm just saying I think it'll be a better game than it was last year.
Okay.
No?
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
I mean,
don't think so.
we'll see. I'm not optimistic.
Oh,
And
I
he
tell
just
you,
hit him too.
no, it was the bat. I'm
No,
pretty
it
sure.
hit him in the hand.
Wow.
Well,
Pretty sure it hit
bases
him too.
back.
Dude, this
Might
guy's
be,
having a hard time right now, this
Yeah,
pitcher.
yeah.
Does it hit
Might
him?
be.
Hang
I
on.
don't
Let's see.
know.
It hit his hand. It
That
hit
sure
something.
looks like
I don't know if
bat
it
to
hit.
me, but
I don't know.
We'll
Let's
see
see.
right here. We'll see right here. This is a good shot.
Oh, it hit his hand.
That's the bat.
You
That's
kn-
the bat.
His glove
Ye-
moved. It hit
Yeah,
it hit his hand.
So Giancarlo Stanton, the guy at bat, do you know where he played his double-A ball?
No idea.
Right here in Jacksonville for the Jacksonville Suns, but he was
See,
called
that's what I agree
He
with
was
the
called
coach.
Mike Stanton.
I think he's leaning it. He's doing that on purpose. Dirty Yankee.
Dirty Hank.
Look at that.
Hit him
He's-
it definitely hit his hand.
That's a bat. There's
It
no
hit
way
his
that's a
hand.
bat.
You said that about the last one and it hit his hand for sure.
See, the Yankees' cheating ways are catching up to them.
That is definitely a bat.
Oh, they left him at bat because he swung. They left him there. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it hit him.
Because it hit the bat.
No way.
100%. It was the bat.
This guy's gonna throw him a change up, and Stanton's gonna knock it off.
So
the
here's the
Babe
thing.
Ruth's.
Here's the thing.
We have no
So
sound, so I'm sure there was some sort of explanation.
we've got
Oh, yeah.
Florida Georgia coming, and that's a big game. And then
St.
we've
Joe's
got
trying to keep us on task.
He's
tell you
doing a
what
great
the
job. Let me tell you, we're 10
Yeah.
minutes in, and we haven't been able to keep a train of thought. Period. Right?
I tell you what the other thing is coming. I tell you. So here's what I think: Florida Georgia is going to be surprising because right, you think that Florida is going to be a better game than Georgia. That leads me to this weekend. I know we're kind of jumping all over the place, but that's okay because the Jags played a hell of a game, and I think that the Packers thought they were gonna walk all over them, and the Jags actually showed up despite like 18 fumbles and 6 interceptions. They still did a good game and had could have gone into overtime, but then I don't know what you're doing with letting Wicks just get that wide open, but I don't know if it was a blown coverage or I don't know. It's harder when you're in the stadium to see the guy wide open than it is on TV going, that's a blown coverage.
Well, I can tell you exactly what it was. It's the
Okay.
Jaguars defense fucking sucks.
Okay. Well, that
You know what I'm saying? When you
that
give
was
up
pretty
30
clear to
fucking
see.
points, they fucking blow.
Well, here's what it is. So here's what it is that they scored too quick. They left a minute 48 on the clock in order for the Packers to go down the field and do something.
And
And
that's coaching.
it is coaching. They should have run the ball. They had Tank Bigsby was doing good. They should have run, and they could have scored a touchdown and milked the clock out. But
I'll tell you what, Tank Bigsby looks good.
he's doing
Yeah,
good.
All of a sudden,
He's doing good.
I picked him up on waivers on my fantasy.
I almost did
Didn't-
the same thing myself. I was like, I
Yeah.
need to go in there and take a look.
Didn't help you this week, did it?
You know what? Go fuck yourself. It's not my fault that you. It's not my fault that you fucking cheat. Okay, you over there in high society, you're calling up these players, you're paying them off. You know, you're like, hey, you need to be sucking, you need to get hurt. You know, fucking third play of the fucking game, Gabe Davis gets fucking hurt, shoulder out, and I'm like, fuck,
Yep.
man, I had to play him because fucking DK Metcalf was fucking hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
I got the same thing going on. I was really close in my actual game, and then like in the middle of it, starting running back at the end, like we're within 10 points. I'm within 10 points, and my running back goes out injured in the first quarter in the Niners game.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's how it went. That's how it goes for me every week. I'm right in it, and then all of a sudden someone just goes out in the first quarter, and that's the end of it. No more points. Zero. I
It's
hate
not
fantasy
good.
football this year.
It's not good. Oh, good Lord. That
Boy, it
could have
looked like
been
he
big.
hammered that.
Yeah. Rizzo. This could be Rizzo's the hero right here.
Rizzo's a good player, man. I like Rizzo.
He
I
is
liked him
no
a lot better
outs.
when he was with the Cubs.
Is there no outs?
There's
One
one
out.
out.
One
They could
out.
hit into a double play.
We need a
It
It happened.
they need a double play here.
They could use a double play. Oh, that's a
Oh,
pop.
pop out.
Up. That's
And I'll tell you
good.
what, that's
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, can you infield
That's what
fly
they need.
roll on that one?
That's
right?
what they needed right there. Now it doesn't matter. They just
Right.
need a
Just
Need
need an
a-
out. Any
doesn't
way you
matter
can get
now.
it.
Yep. Step on the bag now. So then the other thing, it was hot at the game. It was hot.
Yeah.
And it was a good game though. I felt bad for the Jags. So what do you think? Do you think Doug Peterson's job is on the line?
Absolutely. It needs to be.
If it's not, you're. I mean, they have a.
The amount of talent, especially
Yeah.
on that offense, for not being able to score.
Did
You
he
know,
just smoke one out of the
Oh.
park?
That's
He
a
just
home
hit a
run,
freaking
Yankees.
grand slam.
Grand slam.
It's
You're
5-2.
kidding me.
Wow.
Oh, they're
Do you-
going nuts in the Bronx. Pandalarium in the Bronx.
Wow. He nailed that. So is Doug Peterson's job on the line or are coordinators on the line?
Peterson's got to be on the line. He
Yeah,
is
he's
the
gotta
offensive
be on
play
the
caller.
line, you know. Well, that's still up in the air. It might be him, might be Press Taylor, depending on what game it is. For those of you who don't know, Press Taylor, the offensive coordinator of the Jags, is the brother of Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Coincidentally, who are sucking. Yeah, Doug's got to be on the line. I would think of anybody, Trent Baalke, the GM's ass
I
is on
would
the line.
100%.
Yeah,
And they just, I don't know if you saw this before we came on the air, is that they traded away Cam Robinson.
Did they?
They traded him to the Vikings.
For who?
No, I don't know what they got for it, but that came on right before we got it. Is that they traded away Cam Robinson to the Vikings, and
Really?
we're gonna see what they got. But
Hopefully a
Viking,
receiver.
they didn't get anything like that. I didn't see any players. I think they got draft capital.
That would be funny if they got Cam Robinson for Jefferson straight up.
No,
Yeah.
not happening there. They did get rid of a big contract because he signed that extension, so they got rid of a huge contract.
And Walker Little's better than him.
Well, I
You know?
mean, that's a big trade. So
Yeah.
yeah, but let's talk about the old elephant in the room, which I know you assholes are going to bring up. Did you see the Hail Mary?
Oh, which one?
What? Who was
Oh,
that
yeah,
again?
the Bears Hail Mary.
Which
Yeah.
one? Was there more than one Hail Mary?
Yes, there was actually over the weekend. There was two, but only one that mattered because I think the other one wasn't for the game.
Okay.
It was like a halftime one.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I saw it.
I mean,
And I was like, hey, we're gonna have to talk about this, St. Joe, because what the hell?
man, I mean, the boy and I are sitting there and we're like, okay, we watch it. Caleb Williams does. I tell you, every week he looks a little bit more and more like a quarterback, and he goes down and he marches down, gets the game winning, which I thought drive, and comes down, and we're like, okay, and that again, this game was lost by coaching, and I'll tell you why. And I've watched a lot of talk shows, yesterday on this and this particular subject, and it was I give credit to Tony Romo. Tony Romo is a smart guy and a great color commentator, because he's like, if I were you, I would throw like a 10 to 12 yard out, get out of bounds. Then that way you get about a 60, 70 yard, if you can make it there, Hail Mary play, and you could potentially win the game. And I'm like, that guy's just crazy on how he thinks about it. And that's exactly what they did. And Eberflus had 3 timeouts in his pocket, doesn't call any of them. And then he says after the interview, and this is where I think they should fire him, is he says, well, that 12, 15 yards doesn't make a difference. Really? Really? That 12 or 15 yards doesn't make a difference? To make the quarterback throw 80, 85 yards doesn't make a difference? I think it might.
Well, who tipped the ball, St. Joe?
Number 29, the boy that was taunting the fans while the play was going on.
Dude, that asshole needs to be suspended.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to be cut, man. That guy needs to be cut.
If I was, there was some talking going on in there, because I mean, the number one rule of Hail Mary is you knock it down.
Right, and he tipped it up in the air, and he was still the whole time, like, when I watched the replay and they showed it on Sports, I was like, oh, this dude's never going to live this down.
Oh, never.
never going to live it down. I mean,
never.
If he had gotten lucky enough for that ball to land like on the ground somewhere, then he never would have let it down, and he would have been fine. But now that it ended in a game-winning touchdown, surely they're looking at him like, okay, you got to be gone or suspended. Something like that.
Jackass's, just for that jackass's point of view, I hope that wins ESPN's Play of the Year, just for that idiot's, so he lives in infamy for that, because it just is so stupid.
And then my favorite thing, you do something stupid like that, and then you try to apologize for it on social media.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you're gonna type out I'm so sorry to everyone who saw. Dude, that's not a mistake. You did that on purpose. That's not like, it was an accident. No, you're flipping off the fans in the end zone. Whatever you're doing.
Here's on the flip side. Here's the Jaden Daniels, man. That kid is for real. Anybody that can launch that 70 some yards down the field and put it in the middle of the field like that, and that kid is ridiculous. And he was even hurt with like a rib injury too, I think. So
actually, the 2 quarterbacks in that game were good.
They did okay.
So I think they're both rookie quarterbacks, and they did both rookies. Did good.
Both did good. It was It was good, but I mean, it was so frustrating to see that. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think we were talking over the uh, I was at a pregame Packer party, which I have a story for you here on this too, which is awesome. So, but we were talking that potentially, um, I think that four teams, all four teams potentially out of the NFC North could be in the playoffs. I think that the NFC North is that good. Um, because I mean, if you look at NFC right now, there's not a lot of good teams in the NFC. I mean, let's just look right now. If you look at San
Well, I think
Francisco,
currently the wild card teams are the Lions, the Vikings, and the Eagles, right?
right? I mean, well, Lions are leading the division, so
Right. Well, okay. So the Vikings would be there. The Eagles would be
Packers.
there.
I think the Packers would be there.
Yeah,
Who's
Packers,
leading
yeah.
the division right now? Is it Niners or Cowboys?
It's not the Niners, and that's not
No.
the NFC North.
Yeah, the NFC
Well, no.
North, is Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota.
Right. So Chicago's on the bottom now because they lost.
Right.
I mean, I mean, what's their record?
Well, they were 4-3, so I
Now
think they're
they're
4-4 now.
4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody there has a winning record because they're all.
Are you trying to
500 or
make the
above.
idiotic claim that the Bears are going to make the playoffs?
I think that the Bears have a good chance of making the playoffs.
I think they have zero chance of making the playoffs.
So I think we'll see. We'll see.
You know,
But,
I mean, the Jags have a better chance of making the playoffs.
The Jags have like 0.6% to make a playoff. It's
Right, that's 0.6 better. Okay, look at who they're in the division with: Green Bay, Detroit, and Minnesota.
right.
Right.
That's a tough division. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of which would fuck up Chicago.
I mean, they're coming into divisional play. So we're gonna see what happens here.
So,
But, I
who's
mean-
who's better, the Bears or the Steelers?
Well, that's AFC.
I know, but I'm just saying. Yeah,
Who's-
because
who's better right now?
Have the Bears played a divisional game?
One, I think they played.
Because like the Steelers, are like the only team in the NFL that hasn't played a division game.
Yeah.
You know, and so everybody's like taking their 6-2 and saying, "Hey, that they blow."
Yeah.
You know,
But-
and I'm saying Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season ever.
Right.
I think Pittsburgh's good.
Yeah. I
I
think
think
Pittsburgh's
Pittsburgh's
sneaky good.
I think they're better with Russell Wilson.
It was shocking, actually. He's pretty
Yeah.
still got it. You know what I mean? Shocking. But
Yeah. Helps
You know
when you
who's-
throw it to George Pickens.
that's true. When you got a guy like that, absolutely.
You know who is surprisingly good right now is the Broncos.
How about that?
Bo
Right?
Nix.
Were we going to say that? We didn't really say that last year. We just
No.
thought, hey, Bo Nix will be good eventually.
Bo Nix
But-
came in and he's done okay, and Peyton has done a little bit with him, and that's okay. And
What's winning them games is their damn good defense.
yes,
They're gonna have to rely on that this year, and
Yeah.
yes,
and Bo Nix will have to do just enough. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They have, dare I say, an elite defense. Their defense is
They have a
good.
good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you go back to the NFC real quick, I mean, if you look at 49ers, not that great. Eagles, not that great. Cowboys, no. So who's winning that division?
Who? Which one? The West?
Who's
or the
who's
East?
winning the NFC?
The East.
The East?
Yeah,
I said it at the beginning of the season. I stand behind it. The Washington Commanders.
I think the Commanders are probably going to win it too.
They look
I
like
think
the best team right
Commanders will win
now.
it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you
think
guys
the
said I
Commanders-
was fucking crazy.
I think
I-
Commanders will win that division too. So who's winning NFC East? Who's in the West? NFC West.
Who's that?
The NFC West, the Seahawks.
Seahawks, Niners.
I could see
Cardinals.
the Seahawks. Cardinals, I don't see. I could see the Seahawks, maybe the Niners. Who's winning the South?
AFC or NFC?
NFC.
The Atlanta Falcons.
I mean, it's going to be them or the Bucks, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
Bucks are
it's-
good.
It's going to come down to it like it did last year. One of the two
Yeah.
of them. Yeah,
The Bucks are
but
good.
Yeah,
the
so
problem
let's
the
just
problem
say-
with the Bucks is they have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out.
They're both hurt, and Godwin's hurt
So
really
I
bad.
can't. I don't think it's the Bucks anymore. I think it's probably Atlanta.
And
So you gotta
Cousins
think
is throwing 4 touchdowns a game.
Right. So let's say Atlanta, and then you've got Atlanta, Washington, and I mean you got to see Seattle, and then who's going to finish the North? I'm going to say the Lions are going to finish that. So you got, so you got your 4 there. That's your 4 teams. Who's the next 4? Who's the next 4?
Well, you got in the North. I mean, you got Green Bay and or Minnesota.
Right. So there's 2
Yeah.
spots.
So
Right.
I don't think anybody's coming out of the NFC East.
No,
I mean, maybe the Eagles.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, they would have to have a major collapse.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know,
I think
but
the
mean,
Niners will probably put it together to do that.
I highly doubt it.
I don't know.
They're-
But
they've got Brock Purdy as their quarterback. I've been screaming for 3 fucking years that he's no good.
I'm going to say that the Niners put it together and do
Yeah.
it. But then
He was their
got 2
best
spots
player
open.
last night, or was it last
Yeah.
night or Sunday night? He was their best
But
player on Sunday night.
You got 2 spots
Yeah.
open. 2 spots left.
I think
Who's
the
going?
Rams are better than the fucking 49ers.
Oh, maybe.
You know, but
That might be true. Their
I'm
record.
telling
might
you.
be good. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
if you're trying to get me on the bandwagon that the Bears are making the playoffs, you're not going to. You know, I'm not going to go there. I will pick the fucking New Orleans Saints at 2 wins.
Carolina Panthers
you
are
know,
making it.
You know, before
I'll
pick the Bears.
toss you a bone, St. Joe. I think the Bears will be there.
I think they're gonna. I think
They'll
when it
be
comes
one
down
of
to
a-
it,
I bet they'll be part of that
I
conversation.
think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. So we'll see.
It's not going to
We'll
be
see.
close.
We'll
You
see.
guys doubted me when I said the Commanders were good. You know,
so you got
Quinn,
one thing right.
Dan Quinn fucking went to a Super Bowl with the Falcons. He'll get the Commanders, straight. Jaden Daniels is going to be Rookie of the Year. With all due respect to Brian Thomas Jr., he's better than Caleb Williams. By the way,
That guy's a baller. Although he's hurt,
yeah, he's coming. He's fine.
he'll be.
They said on the radio today he'll be fine.
Yeah.
No. I would pick the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl before I pick the Bears to make the playoffs.
Isn't Tua coming back?
I thought he came back.
He was back, and they
Was he
they won.
back? Okay. All right.
Did he get another concussion?
I don't know.
No, but they
No.
played a lot better, and
They
Tyreek
did.
Hill caught a few
They did.
passes. So
Yeah.
They did play a lot better. But
Yeah, my boy was like, "Hey, you want me to trade you Tyreek Hill?" And I was like, "No, because without Tua, he's trash."
that's
Okay.
right.
You know?
So let me tell you this story. This is freaking hilarious. I think you guys are going to find this funny. So we're at this Packer pregame, right? And it's in the middle of Springfield, which I don't know why, but whatever. They're trying to revive this area, but it's kind of the hood. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And we go to this bar and they're doing stuff and they're doing giveaways. You got to register, you scan your little code, you get some giveaways or whatever, and it's fine. And there's a lot of Packer fans. I mean, the stadium was, I tell you what, there was a lot more Jags fans than I thought, but it was probably, I'm going to give it 60-40, Packers fans versus Jags. But there was a lot of Packers, a lot of cheeseheads, a lot of fat, unhealthy people eating stadium food. But that's okay.
Basically everybody from the state of Wisconsin.
There was a lot. It was a good
just
time
said
to come
fat,
down.
unhealthy motherfuckers.
That's right. And it was a good game to see, good vacation for him.
Are there skinny people in Wisconsin?
There is.
Okay.
There's a handful, that you can do. I married.
Have
one
they
at
ever
some point.
heard of Weight Watchers?
They have. Yeah. Curbs.
Yeah.
Curbs is big up there.
What? Curves?
Curbs. It's kind of like the Weight Watchers.
Is
up
that
there.
a strip club?
No. But
Okay.
I have found. I got another story on that too. But anyway, so we're at this thing, and they give prizes, and you go up to the stage, and you do this thing, and they have people come up and do things, and they can win prizes and blah blah blah. So they had a bunch of people, let's say 4 people, come up on stage, and they were going to do the best touchdown dance. And like, okay, we'll see how this is. And this kind of pretty buff dude he looks at us and he's like, "Hey, if I jump, will you catch me?" And we're like, "Man, you're pretty big, you know." And a couple of guys said, "Yeah, we got you, we got you." And so he does a little dance or whatever, and he jumps off the stage, and everybody catches him, and everybody cheers, and it's all good. Then we got this, I'm gonna call him stocky kid that's about 12, 13 years old. The lady hands him the ball, and this kid turns around, does it, and just bulldozes off of the stage. And nobody expected what was going on, right? All you see is grandma hitting the ground.
Oh no.
And she is legs up, cheese head off on the ground. And the lady's
Wow.
face was like, "What the fuck did I just see?" The music stops and everybody goes, "Oh," and this just the whole gasp. And we're like, okay. And she's like, "We're gonna take an injury timeout." And my sister-in-law, who was the nurse or whatever, runs over. This lady's like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Everybody's around her, surrounding her, whatever. And I'm like, at this point, I haven't had anything to drink or anything, but I'm like, I yell out, "The kid just killed grandma." People are cracking up, and my Tara's like, "That's not funny. That's not funny." I'm like, "Oh no, it's funny." And the kid starts bawling and everything, and they're like, okay, they're trying to settle him down. And she gets up, and the lady had to be in her 90s, and she's okay. She's nothing, not bleeding or anything. So they bring her back up on stage, and she sings this song that she made to On Wisconsin, but change the words for Packers and all this. And I'm like, okay. And she's cheering and everything, and it was great, whatever. But she survived and did everything, and they all hugged it out, and the kid got a football, she got a gift card, and everybody went on with the show. It was hilarious, and I was like, okay, but I was just like, and I said, "Man, I can't believe he did that to his own grandma." And the kid comes up and goes, "That's not even my grandma." Just some old lady in the crowd. He just bulldozed. I'm like, wow. And the lady gets up at the final thing and she goes, "Folks, I got to tell you, that's why you sign a waiver when you come to one of these things." I was dying, man. I was dying. But
Was there any
and the other
beer,
thing,
was there any
I
beer cheese?
oh my god, there was all kinds of stuff. It was great. I love it. They bring out the brats and cheese curds and all this stuff like that. It was great. But I will tell you this, though, Kev, because you like the traffic. The best time to go, I have found out now, is just about 10:30 ish, quarter to 11. You got to hit 95. And if you're everybody knows, if you're familiar with the strip club Wackos, if you're going that way, that's where the team comes. So if you can,
That's on
I'm sorry, what'd you
Emerson.
say?
Yeah, it's
If
on
you go by the strip
Emerson.
club Wackos, that's where the
Yeah.
team comes.
wow.
Yeah.
And but
The team, they're getting their hamburger special.
no,
Yeah.
we
pretty
actually
good, so I've
we were
heard.
coming off of University right there, or Emerson right there, and the cops were all blocking off the roads. And I said, I bet you the team's rolling in. And if you time it right, you get behind the buses, and you fly right to the stadium, because they're making everybody's got to get out of the way for the buses. So you get behind the
Jeez.
buses. It's like following an ambulance.
You're talking
We
about
were-
the visiting team.
Yep, we were there
Yeah.
in 5, dude. We put 10 minutes. We were all the traffic. Everybody got behind. We got behind the buses. We were there. We were down Talleyrand in 10 minutes.
How about that?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm like, this is awesome.
You
And
would have had time to stop into Wackos.
Yeah. No, that place is.
No reason to clean up
Yeah.
after the team's been there.
Yeah, I mean, for those
No.
that aren't Obla Wackos, Wackos is an establishment that gets raided by the FBI at least once a quarter.
on the
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah, at
On
least
the
once.
regular.
That when the FBI agents, they come in, they're like, "Hey, Steve."
Yeah, they're on a first name basis. Yeah.
You know, hey, we want to see, Diamond. We got a arrest warrant for Martika.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
Martika. We haven't talked about her for a while.
Yeah, Moderna. She
I
came up. She came up from the Cheetah in Tampa to work at Wackos.
Yeah.
Because the Cheetah got raided by the ATF, and so she's now working at Wackos.
I'd argue there's probably not as many Ferraris outside of that one though.
Right.
No, that
or
was the dollhouse.
Lamborghinis. Hey, we got a dollhouse here. I mean, I think. But
That's funny.
you
That is
know,
funny.
Duval County's rules for strip clubs are stupid. If I don't know if you guys know the rules, but my son told me that if they offer you alcoholic beverages, then they're not 100% nude.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
somebody just hit a home run.
Yeah, he did. He just took it
That's
out.
Will Smith.
Will
yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So yeah, that's Wackos for you. Personally, I've never been to Wackos. I go to the church bingo parlor next door.
Yeah, that's an odd place for it. I
like to go, but Emerson Street is it's a major thoroughfare.
It is.
It goes
It
over the Hart Bridge, which
Yep.
a lot of people call the Green Monster. I hate that. If you live in Jacksonville, learn the name of the 7 motherfucking bridges.
Yes, that's true.
In
You
order, from
Yep, you
south to
should.
north or backwards.
Yeah. Well, it was good. It was fun. But yes. What else? Were there any big college games?
Well, here, you guys want to hear a devastating stat?
Yes.
Sure.
Staring at it right now. Jackson Arnold, who is the starting quarterback for Oklahoma, has been sacked 19 times in the last 2 games. Against Ole Miss, he had 31 attempts. For every 3.5 attempts, he was sacked, and that doesn't include duress or hits that hits that were put on him. Guys, that's a bad stat right there. You can't win with stats like that.
Yeah, Oklahoma just doesn't have an offensive identity.
No,
they
you
just
can't have.
by that.
They don't have any. They don't have an
devastating.
offensive line.
Yeah,
that's the issue. And you got to have. If you're playing in the SEC, that can't be your problem.
No,
because they have devastating defensive ends. I mean, it is.
I don't know if I'd classify that as devastating stat.
3.5 every 3.5 attempts, he's sacked.
Okay, all right.
That's sacked, that doesn't include the times he's running for his life and gets away.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That means the offensive line blows.
So every time they got the ball, every set of 4 downs, he's sacked.
Okay.
I wonder if Venables has any input. I mean, I'm sure he does as a head coach, but he was defensive coordinator at Clemson. So I wonder if his arrangement is one of those that normally is, hey, I'm going to coach the defense and we're going to be a big defensive team, even though we can't stop other people from scoring. But you just run the offense and I won't bug you. I wonder if it's like that, because that type of arrangement never seems to work out.
I have no idea how that works. Yeah. But I mean, I will say whatever they were doing last year was okay. Mm-hmm. But they had a much better group of players last year than they have this year. This year, they have an okay defense. Their offense can't stay on the field, so their defense can't get any rest. And so, yeah, they give up points. But,
it all seems for Oklahoma to have gone downhill since they got rid of Spencer Rattler.
Well, they got rid of Spencer Rattler, and then they picked up Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams led them to a 10-win season.
Yeah, and then he went to USC. And played like 4 games.
And then Dylan Gabriel led them to a 10-win season last year.
Yeah, but his name is Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he went to Oregon.
Why
and now
is that
Oregon's
a name? Whatever happened to Chuck?
Here's the question for you. Who do you think's the best team in the nation right now? Do you think Oregon's the best team?
No.
Who do you think the best team is then?
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay.
Georgia's pretty good.
I
They
think
might be-
I think if Georgia played Oregon right now, Georgia win by 10.
By 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched a ton of Oregon. I know that they can play, but I mean, they beat Ohio State at Ohio State.
Yeah, but that was close, and there's some trickery. I just you know, I think you're learning. I think in the SEC you're just battle tested. So when you play a finesse team like Oregon, you
You'd be
know, I
ready.
mean, Oregon's not a smash mouth football team. They're a quick spread you out type football team. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Georgia will, you know, kill people. You know, I mean, I'm, you know, what's their one loss? Alabama, right?
They lost to Alabama at
Yeah.
Alabama? At Alabama? Yeah.
Yeah, is that in Tuscaloosa? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Which
got
they almost
a
did.
we got a
Sooners wear bloomers. This year they do.
uh-oh.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Look at that.
He's absolutely right this year. There's our boy Jay.
Yeah.
That's our guy right there. Good
What
to
up,
see him.
dog? Yeah.
Good to see that guy.
Yeah. How's the golf course?
I heard it was pretty good right now. Starting to cool
Yeah.
off a little bit, but I heard that the golfing was pretty good right now.
Yeah. He's
what
up in Yankee land,
Yeah, I'm sure that they're going nuts up there right now.
you know. Otani's on.
Here we go.
All right, you got
And who follows
2-1.
Otani?
Freddie Freeman.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Actually, no. Mookie Betts follows Otani, and then Freddie comes after Mookie.
What is it? They got a left-handed submariner? Yes, they do. Kind of
Yeah,
left.
looks like it. Little lefty sidearm action.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be
You know?
interesting here.
Yeah.
2 up.
I like these watch along games. It's not a bad
Yeah.
idea if they don't if they don't turn you off.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Haven't turned
Ooh,
us
that
off
picture's
yet.
Way out. It's
So we got 2 on, nobody out. We got
2 on,
2-run
nobody out.
game, top 5. You know, Tim Hill's on the mound for the losers. You know,
for the
and,
losers.
yeah, we're
Ooh, that was a good
we're,
pitch. I can't
well,
believe you
it-
didn't call that a strike. Holy cow.
if you well, I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but major league umpires are the worst officials in all of sports.
Oh man.
There it
So
was right across the plate, double play ball. No, I gotta get it.
Ooh.
so did you couple
Oh, that's good to know. They're only going to strike it if we play the audio.
oh that's
I
interesting.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. So we could have like Pornhub up here, but as long as we don't play the audio, it's all good.
Interesting. So let me ask
don't
you
get any
this. There
ideas.
were a couple freak
Say something.
couple freak accidents. Did you happen to see, I don't know the name of the player, but I think it was the Pacers maybe and the Mavs, and the guy broke his ankle on the court.
Ooh, no, I
Did you
didn't
happen to see
one.
that? It was just a freak. He was running on the court, and he just kind of jabbed his foot away from the play even, and just totally just snapped his ankle right there on TV. It was horrible, and you can see his foot's like totally the other way, and it was, oh god, it was awful. He just kind of
He
hobbles
ran that
over,
out, Kev.
Yeah, he's safe.
hobbles over to the sideline, and they're like, yeah, that's not good. And then
That's gross when that happens when you're watching the NBA.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NBA, guess what
If
happened to
you
Bronny
don't-
James?
I don't want to fucking talk about it. God
What
damn
happened?
it. The whole go ahead.
They sent him to the G League.
Oh, well, they should. he sucks.
What did we say? What did we say when they drafted him? They're like, this is
Sure.
a publicity stunt. They
He
played him for
sucks.
2 minutes during the preseason with Dad.
Yeah.
And then in the first game, they played him for like a minute and a half with Dad. And then they sent him to the G League. They said, all right, we got all the stuff out of it we could. Now you're going to go down to the G League and we'll not see you ever again.
Yeah.
That's kind of how
He
it works.
sucks.
You know,
Yeah.
Jacksonville's getting to G League.
Really? That'd be
Yeah,
fun, man.
Next year, yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun to go
yeah.
watch. I think you're watching basketball with players who are right there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they're right there.
And then
So-
one more thing with the NBA. How about that awesome statue of D Wade?
Oh, I'm glad you
Dude,
brought
it's
that up.
horrible.
I've seen so many good
Oh my
GFs.
god!
Like I've seen
It
so many
looks
good
like
memes.
Thanos.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
They also showed one where he was stuck in carbonite.
Yeah.
yeah,
you seen
it
that
looks
one?
like
Yeah.
it looks like these chicks that you get like way drunk, and when they kick on the ugly lights at the end of the night at the bar, you know, it looks like the fucking chick you're talking to.
I mean, it's just
You know, I
unbelievable.
mean, you know.
They got to go through so many different things, and then how does it turn out like that? I mean,
Or
it's
where
just
when you're in
unbelievable.
Wisconsin and you go hogging.
Oh, here we
I'm just-
go.
Oh, jeez.
The Pig Slayer Award.
Good grief.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you in Madison, Wisconsin, there are a couple of college guys right now that are hammered and they're watching the World Series and they're like, all right, $100 to the person who can bring the largest pair of underwear.
Oh, it's like the movie Shallow Hal. Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
movie.
well, I
but yeah.
mean, they just but that underwear would be used to fucking tarp a house, you know.
It's just not. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's
I had a
just like-
buddy 3 years running. He won the Pig Slayer Award. Yeah.
The Pig Slayer. See,
Yeah.
that's not nice.
Well,
That
you know,
really isn't very nice.
You
fat girls need love too. They're like scooters. You know,
My
they're
my
fun to
roo- my
ride until
roommate.
somebody sees
I
you
really
on one.
do. I really do think this is the most demeaning thing I've ever heard you say, and I've heard you say some pretty
Sure.
demeaning things.
Oh, me?
My-
Yeah.
Me? Oh
My,
no, you heard me right. They're like scooters. Fat girls are like scooters. They're fun to ride until somebody sees you on one.
Oh, geez.
Well, I mean, my roommate in Gainesville would always say, "Love is only a light switch away."
That's right. That's right. Yep. Yep. That's exactly right. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so I mean, this is good baseball talk.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's like locker room talk when you got the game on. You're like, here we
Shoot,
go.
all we need now is a
Here
spit
we
cup and
go.
some vodka, right? I mean, for heaven's sakes.
I feel like
Yeah.
a cup check's coming anytime now.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest commercial ever. This is the stupidest
stupid.
commercial ever. Will Levitt. Yeah, that's
yeah.
exactly right, Jay.
I
That's
incredibly
exactly-
agree. You know, and
Best
so
best person in the world.
That's bad right there, Jay.
So when I was 25, this is along the same lines of this talk. When I was 25, I worked with this dude who was like 50, right? And he would always he was like divorced 3 times or whatever. And he would always like come into work and like be leaving with like a different chick. And the chick was just like, you know, what we were talking about. It was just like, dude, you know. And I asked him about it one time, like, dude, I mean, you're getting some, but I mean, really, I mean, are you quantity over quality, you know? And he's like, you know what, Cam, I'm gonna tell you this. When you get to be my age, you fuck what you can get.
Jesus. Yep. Yep.
I'm like, okay,
I'm glad we got there. So
you
glad we got
do
there.
you, you do you, my man.
You do you.
Jeez,
That's the name of the episode. You do you. Oh, man.
Oh, I just had to get my one story in,
Yep.
you know,
No.
and oh, I forgot to tell you. So
Man, I don't know if I wanted to know anymore.
Oh, this is a follow up on last week's program.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah, David Duke.
So no, so I have a person that I went to high school and to college with that lives in Massillon, Ohio. And Massillon, Ohio is a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh God! Please tell us you
And
listened to the
He
episode.
Oh
happened,
my
he happened to
gosh.
tune into the program. He happened to tune into the program, and I get a text message, "Go fuck yourself." You know, and that's it. You know, and I said, "What?" And he says, "Deshaun Watson gets a bad rap." And I said, "From women that he groped or whatever." I mean, you know, who gives him a bad rap? You know, I mean, or the fact that I told you that story, tell you this story a couple of weeks ago when Deshaun Watson didn't want to run a 4th and short, he just walked off the field, and I had
Yeah.
put the clip on TikTok with the music "Fuck this shit, I'm out," you know, and and so I sent that to him, and I'm like, defend this motherfucker like that. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't. I said, you're just depressed because you live in a town. It snows 13 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, when's the last time that you guys could say you had a quarterback? The one time you ran the motherfucker out of town.
Bernie.
He just got paid. No, I'm talking about fucking Mayfield. And and now he's making $100 million in Tampa.
Yeah.
You know, so
You know-
don't try to tell me about your franchise that, just because they moved to Baltimore and then won 2 Super Bowls. I mean, that's as Cleveland gets right there.
That was funny.
Winner,
That's
winner.
funny.
Cleveland is, I mean, he could say all he wants. Well, Jacksonville hasn't won shit. I mean, when's the last time that the Cleveland Browns were in the AFC Championship game? The Jaguars were in it in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been
The
a while.
last time the Browns were in the AFC Championship game, Bernie Kosar and John Elway were the quarterbacks playing in that game. That's how
Yeah.
long ago
Wow.
it
That's a
was.
long time.
Yeah.
So
I think John Elway is legally dead.
So Jay did ask about Bo Nix. We did talk
Yeah.
about Bo Nix. Jay, if
I
you're
like
still
Bo
there.
Nix.
We talked about him. We think he's going to be good. He's doing enough. He's getting the job done for sure. Absolutely.
If you rewind to the draft episode that we did,
all said Bo Nix was
we
going
all
to be the
said
guy.
Bo Nix was going to be the man. You
I
know,
said he might be the best quarterback in the draft as far as, the team he's going to and who's the coach is going to use him for sure.
because he has the Drew Brees type. He's a Drew Brees type quarterback.
He can run a little bit more than Drew
Yeah.
Brees kid.
Drew Brees was sneaky though sometimes.
Yeah. But it would be nice to see him throw for 5,000 yards in a season like Drew Brees used to do, right? I mean, good grief.
I got a question for you. Where the fuck did St. Joe go?
I don't know. He got up and left.
He just said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
He's like, they started talking about Cleveland again.
I think
Gotta
he's
get up
mad.
and leave.
I think he's mad because he seriously fucking thinks that the Bears are going to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. That's something you can.
Yeah, I mean, is that a fucking joke or what?
I didn't think it was. I mean, if it's a joke, it's not a funny one.
He did tell me why he has to get up and get down, and I'm not gonna put his business in the street, for everybody to hear. But it is a valid reason. I mean, he does look pretty close to Wackos, so maybe he's running over there to get a ham sandwich.
To get a ham sandwich. I heard they've got a great breakfast buffet.
I mean, nothing says, you got somebody bending over in your face with a pole in between their cheeks and go, man, I'm hungry. I mean, jeez.
That's the
Louis,
grossest thing I ever heard today.
Oh, he's back. Yeah. How you feeling there, Chief?
Oh,
Were you really bearing down?
holy Lord. I'm telling you, that piece of gum I haven't seen since 7th grade.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, no, hey, whatever.
Well,
You got to do what you got to do when you get old.
I mean, yeah. Hey, run to the bathroom. I'm sure there's one in the room with you, right?
Oh, yeah, no, it's right around the corner.
It's not a
Mhm.
bidet, though, right?
No.
No. Only travel for those. Did all the family head home already
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for the Green Bay game?
Yeah, they were here for they got in a Thursday and then stayed for I think they left Monday. Yeah, so they took off and did everything, and the friends and family that were in. It was good. They had a good long weekend, man.
I'd tell you this, not to change the subject from your health issues. specifically what the bowel movement you're about to tell us about.
No,
But you know, when you can legally say that you're old is when you remember when the managers and coaches of the teams were fucking players.
Yes.
oh yeah, yeah.
That's how you know you're
I
old.
clearly remember Aaron Boone breaking the
Oh,
heart
yeah.
of Boston Red Sox fans, Game
Oh, yeah.
7 ALCS in 03. You know, home run, Aaron fucking Boone, you know, all this, but they just shot into the Dodgers dugout. You got Mark Pryor over there, as pitcher for the Cubs. You know, I mean,
I remember
all the-
thinking he wasn't even the best. Like his brother was better than him. I kept
Who,
thinking,
Brett?
like, I kept
Yeah.
thinking, how's Aaron Boone even playing for the Yankees? That's what I kept
Well,
thinking. And then he
Brett
hit that
got
home
caught up
run.
in the steroids thing.
Oh, did he?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brett got caught up in the steroids. I mean, he went from 120 pounds to 230 pounds, like over the off season. You know, I mean, yeah. So he was the shortest, stockiest second baseman I've ever seen in my life.
Just remember that dude had
Yeah.
a pretty smooth swing. His brother, Brett Boone.
Yeah, and you know, Bob Boone was their father. He's a catcher for the Reds. Yeah,
Ooh,
right
big
after
swing and a miss, Stanton.
Johnny
Holy
Bitch.
crap.
Yeah. Stanton's getting to the point to where he either hits a dinger or he strikes out. Yeah, he's getting the
That wasn't
the
even close.
the Ronald Acuna Jr. Treatment. That fucking guy, you know. And but yeah, I mean, Stanton. If you were to think about it, Stanton came from the Marlins, right? If you had thought if the Marlins would have kept that team intact, that had Stanton, Yelich, Ozuna,
Yeah.
I mean, if they would have kept that entire team intact, I'm missing some really good players that they had. Jazz Chisholm, who's a Yankee now too. If they would have kept, I mean, they would have won multiple World Series.
Kev, can I ask you, did you see that last pitch?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, how was that a ball?
Um,
Wasn't that belt high down the center?
yeah. I don't know if you've heard, but Major League Baseball umpires,
And then he called that a strike? Wasn't that inside?
are
Oh
the
my
worst
gosh.
officials in all of professional sports. You know, they've been calling weird zones this World Series. The guy
but
on
that was belt high.
Saturday,
That was belt high dead center. The one he missed.
yeah. I mean, the only thing Fox doesn't have, unless it's too small that I can't see, do they have the little box in there?
They do.
Do they? Yeah. But
They do. I can barely see it. But
yeah.
that first pitch, it looked weird, but it was in the dead center. I mean, like
I don't understand. I don't understand, and I know we got East Coast, West
Uh-oh.
Coast World Series here, but I don't understand why we can't start these games at 7.
Yeah, why they got to be
Because
so
you
late?
start at 8, and 8:08 was first pitch. And these things will go. I mean, it's the fucking bottom of the 5th. It's fucking 10 o'clock.
It's late. Yeah.
You know, I mean, seriously, I'm gonna be up till fucking midnight. You know, trying because I like to watch the people who win jump around on the field. You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so if it's close, the only way I'll turn it off is like 10-4. You know, 8th inning.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening tonight. I think it's going to be close the whole way.
Yeah, you'll get somebody for the Dodgers that'll hit a dinger, you know, late that you don't think like Edman, who by the way was the NLCS MVP. But you know, thank God they dispatched to the Mets. You know, because if it was the Mets versus the Yankees, I had to kill myself.
Oof.
You know, but
Subway
you know the Mets, all these Mets fans are like, "Oh, we made it farther than the Braves." Okay, number one, we had the same exact record in the regular season, so go fuck yourself. And number two, right now you're doing the same thing we are. You're at home watching it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are. But
Uh-oh.
that was a bad pitch, but he got lucky.
Yeah.
That was a bad pitch. He left that out there,
Yeah.
but he got out of it, so it's not a big deal.
How many Red Sox are the Dodgers team? Yeah,
I mean, that's
Kiki
what the Red Sox did was they had a great couple seasons, right? And then they sold all their players, and they haven't been back. They haven't been back since because they keep selling all their players.
So, of the best Red Sox player to be a Dodger now, is he better than the best Braves player to be a Dodger now?
Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
not the Braves, but the Red Sox player. Mookie Betts was the MVP.
Well, so was
when-
Freddie Freeman.
But Mookie Betts was the MVP for the Red Sox and the Dodgers.
Okay. Well, Freddie Freeman's only been there 3 years, and he won the 2020 MVP.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if one or the other is better. I think.
Okay. Well, one of them's hit 4 home runs in a row.
Oh well,
and
sure, but I mean,
the
like,
other one hasn't.
but Mookie Betts won. Mookie Betts has won multiple World Series now. So it's. I mean, what do you want? And he was the MVP in one of the World Series.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know.
We need a Braves Red Sox World Series. That's
I
what
think
we need.
the time is right for the Red Sox to start having a good team again. They have to fire their manager.
They need to get rid of Alex Cora.
They have to get rid of Alex Cora, and they have
Yeah.
to quit selling their best players. So
Yeah.
that's what they're doing is they're trading all their best players so they don't have to pay them. But
St. Joe, who is the best player on the Brewers?
Well,
And whoever you
probably
pick.
Yelich.
You think it's Yelich? I disagree. I think it's William Contreras. Brother of Wilson Contreras. You're the catcher. I think it's him.
Okay.
But it very well could be that new young kid you got. Stand up to cancer.
yeah, was that at the beginning of the game or is that going on right now?
It's going on right now.
Interesting. Oh wow, they're all doing it,
Yeah.
even the announcers.
Yeah, it's
So is it like
Smoltzy right there.
is it a moment of silence or?
Basically they put down like somebody they know that has cancer or has
They did
died
it
of
at the
cancer
Jags
or
game,
whatever.
too.
Yeah, and it's October. It's the last of October, and
Yep,
October
yep.
is Cancer Awareness Month or whatever. So I appreciate that.
I do too. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool, actually.
I
I think that's
so.
pretty cool. Well, hey fellas, I think I'm gonna kick it out. I gotta get up early in the morning, go to training.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Fun. Cool. You got anything on finding your way tomorrow? Tomorrow, Thursday.
I do, and I'll give you a little tidbit on this one because I've been looking at
Okay.
it for 2 weeks now. So the episode should be really good, right? Anyway, have you heard the story about the two brothers who do the Iron Man? One of the brothers suffers from what does he have? Spina bifida or something like that keeps him from being able to walk. And he wanted to be an Iron Man. So his brother, is fully healthy and able to do it. And so his brother actually built all these contraptions so he could do the entire Iron Man marathon and carry his brother with him. So
Yeah, I've heard
that's
about
a
it.
pretty
It's amazing.
freaking cool story. So that's one of the, I think that fits exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
Cool.
So
It's absolutely amazing what they do.
So that's on Thursday. Tell you a quick story. I got up Monday morning and had my coffee, kicked on the Apple
Oh, boy,
Podcast
here we go.
to listen to Nailed It.
and what did you get? What'd you get?
You got nothing.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
You
You know
know
what? You might not get it again this week. I don't know. We'll see how I
Why?
feel. We'll see how I feel.
All right. Well, on the Stupid History Minute starting Friday, I at least over a year ago, I had somebody come to me and said, "Hey, you should do a series on airports." And I said,
That's a good one.
I said, no. And he said, why? And I said, because they're not an everyday item. However, in November, when we're in the full swing of the holiday season,
People will be on planes.
they are an everyday item. So we are going to talk about the 25 or so, because I got some other things poked in there. Busiest airports in the United States. And why did I do the United States? Because for the simple fact of the ones in the world are just too goddamn hard to pronounce. You know, I mean, they really are. You know,
Yeah,
I tried.
Heathrow is really hard.
Yeah, okay, there's one in like Brazil that
know.
I like had Google do like 6 times. I still didn't get it right. You know,
No,
and then
I
you know
know.
the next
There
thing
are
you know,
some.
you're gonna offend a fucking mob boss in Brazil, Brazil, and then the next thing you know, I'm on some hit list. You know,
Yeah.
but
No, I
yeah.
hear
So
you.
we're gonna do the U.S. because, I found that the U.S. in recording these was a lot more fun because you get to do cities like Salt Lake City.
Sure.
So,
Yes.
so, and we
Sure.
all know what's in Salt Lake City that Kev loves,
Yeah, we
and
do.
so you get little tidbits like that.
Cool.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, we'll see how the reception is on it because I doubt it's going to be as good as the Halloween movies. Which everybody seems to be having a good time with.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
anyhow, all right. So we are, what is this? Top 6, 5-4 Yankees. 1 out, top 6. We're gonna watch the rest of it offline. If you guys would go check our friends out at unfpod.com, a lot of good stuff over there. Check out Nailed It. You may or may not get an episode. Check out Finding Your Way and the Stupid History Minute. We'd appreciate it. So for State Joe, for Beeps, my name is the Keb. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right, catch you on the flippity flop.